Hello, and today, so I don't know how to do a fucking YouTube intro because I've literally never really made any YouTube videos. I've pretty much just uploaded my live streams from my fucking PlayStation, so this is new. But we're gonna be making a Walking Dead character tier list because why the fuck not? Because I'm bored as shit right now, low key. We're gonna close this stupid ass ad. Anyway, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. So our first one, this is from all the Walking Dead shows. So we got like The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. I think there are a couple World Beyond characters, but we're gonna put all the World Beyond characters in D tier because they don't, or that show just does not belong on the air. So I think I tried to make a video like this like a long time ago, like a Walking Dead character tier list, but I didn't really like it, so we're redoing it. We're retrying. Just because I'm bored. Why not? So, our first character is Aaron. We meet him in season 5. And he lives on until the end of the show. Oh yeah, I should probably warn. This is going to be there's going to be spoilers in this. Definitely spoilers. So, yeah. So Aaron, he's just kind of like a side character, he's nothing special, right? He's kind of he tries being a badass and he tries too hard. So we're going to put him in B tier cuz he tries too hard to be cool. His mace hand is kind of cool, but like that's it. Like him as a person, not really. Abraham, on the other hand, he's kind of a badass, he's funny, he says like balls and shit like that, like funny like fart jokes or whatever. He's that type of dude. And he was killed off by Negan in season 7. Boo fucking who. We're putting him in A tier anyway because he's a good character. I liked him a lot. Alden, I believe his name is. I'm not even sure why he's on this tier list. He has like fucking 20 lines maybe in the whole show, and he's in the show for like 3 or 4 seasons. I think he was killed off in season 11 for people to be like, oh, he died, but like no one cares about him, so we're putting him in C tier. Yeah, we're putting him in D tier. I mean, I don't know why. He's just kind of there. He doesn't really have much purpose in the show. And no one gives a shit. So, World Beyond character, considering I can't recognize her. So yeah, we're just putting her D, because I don't know, like, who the fuck watches World Beyond? I haven't even watched the show. I don't care. Like, I really don't. I think one of the main characters is casted, like one of the cast of the main characters in World Beyond is a Minecraft YouTuber. So yeah, we'll probably see him in this tier list somewhere. Oh yeah, he's right here. This fucking curly hair fuck. No one cares about that show. And neither do I. I'm not going to go out of my time to watch it. Alicia from Fear the Walking Dead. I really liked Alicia as her character. Like, she was one of the characters in Fear that I actually liked and thought was pretty well written, at least. When she loses her mother, she goes all, like, fucking, banana ape shit. Just, like, normal Walking Dead character shit. You lose someone you like, and then you go all ape shit. But she was cool about it, so we're putting her in S tier. And she's kind of hot, so yeah, why not? And Alpha, the main antagonist in season 9 and 10. Out of the main antagonists of the show, she's probably the worst one. I don't think she was terrible. It's just, I thought she was kind of generic in the way, like, she's just, like, a wacky, like, evil person, like, just someone you wouldn't really walk up on in the apocalypse. Like, her character didn't really make sense in the show, so we're gonna put her in C tier. Althea from Fear the Walking Dead, yeah. She's gay. So we're putting her in D tier. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, Jesus, okay. She is a side character. She doesn't really have too much. She did, meet someone in the CRM, which is kind of cool, but I don't know. I think they should have, I don't know. They didn't really go in depth with that. She just met a CRM character, fell in love with her, or whatever, who cares. But like story-wise, she doesn't really do much. I think in season 3 or 4, she is with Morgan, but like after season 4, she's kind of like just in the back of the screen, like You know, like budget cuts, you know, we gotta put you in the background type shit. So we're gonna put her in B tier. Yeah. For when she was, like, when she did have a lot of screen time, I thought she was kind of cool. Amy, well, she was alive for, like, 2 episodes, and we didn't really see much of her. You know, she was, like, you know, nice, I guess. I don't know. I'm surprised she's even on this tier list, considering she's in the show for, like, 10 seconds. But, we're just gonna put her in C tier just for that reason, like, I don't know. Andrea, probably one of the most hated characters in the whole show. Definitely the most hated in seasons 2 and 3, or seasons 1 through 3. To be honest, no one liked her. I thought she was I didn't think she deserved as much hate as she got, really, but she was kind of annoying in a little bit of the season. So, yeah, she I don't know. She's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, I guess she was kind of annoying, but I don't know. We're gonna put her in B tier. I don't really have much to say about Andrea. Jadis. She was the her real name is Anne, I think. I don't even know if that's her real name. She goes through like 3 different names. But Jadis, she saved Rick, so I guess that's cool. Maybe we'll see her in the Rick and Michonne spinoff. I doubt it, but we'll see. She didn't really do much. She was kind of a pussy. She actually kind of annoyed me. She betrayed Rick a lot, and then she tried to sell or give Gabriel to the CRM. We don't like that, so we're putting her in C tier. She's a bitch. Okay, so Beta, the big fat country singer. Fuck, he was a country singer in the lore. He was a country singer. He was kind of annoying. Like, he was kind of, like, just, I don't know. Like, he was kind of annoying. Like, when Daryl shoved him down the elevator shaft, he should have fucking died there. Like, no one survives, like, breaking your spinal cord. Like, no one should survive that. And he did. And when he kept coming, he kept getting, like, he should have died, like, 20 times. But he just kept coming back. And I kind of didn't like him for it. But he was kind of a badass, you know. He killed a bunch of people. Now we're going to put him in B tier. Why not? He was kind of annoying, though. I'm not gonna lie. Beth. I liked Beth, and I thought her death was very interesting. Like, I didn't know how to feel about it. Like, I was kind of pissed about it. Like, in the moment, I'm like, oh, that sucks. But, you know, I'm not an average beta Walking Dead fan, so I wasn't too pissed off about it. I mean, it makes sense, but like, at the same time, it kind of doesn't, because, like, her character wouldn't just go in for a stab on Dawn like she did. She went in for a stab, and then she got her head blown off for who fucking knows. But in the hospital, I kind of liked her, like, how she was, like, building up her character, so I want to put her in A tier. Bob, I like Bob. He was a funny little dude. He's kind of cringe, though, at the same time. He's kind of a cringy guy. He died pretty early on. He didn't really get that much screen time. I think he stayed alive for... He was introduced in, like, season 4. Yeah, season 4. And he lived season 5, like, midway through season 5, I think. He died, like, kind of near where Beth died in the church. We'll put him in B tier. I liked his character for how long he was alive. You know, obviously wish he would have lived on longer, but that's not how it works in The Walking Dead. For all you fucking idiots out there who are like, I stopped watching after Glenn died. You're a fucking idiot. Alright? People die in the zombie apocalypse. That's how it works. Not every character can live. Carl dick suckers. And speaking of Carl, here he is. I think he's one of the most overrated characters in the fucking show. Hot take. I didn't really like how they, he had a lot of, like, twists and turns. He was really annoying in season 3, and then, like, season 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or he lived until season 8. But, everyone loved Carl. And it made no sense to me, because he was just, like, a kind of generic, like, goody two-shoes character. You know, like, one that's not really... doesn't really make sense to me, to be honest. Like, he's kind of like Glenn. Glenn I also thought was very overrated. But Carl, he was very overrated. But he wasn't a bad character. like writing wise, but he was just kind of like a generic goody two shoes character. Like it's pretty easy to write off one of those characters, so we're just gonna put B. Carol, I really liked Carol. Like Carol was she was my favorite up until season 9, I think. She was kind of a pussy season 9 and 10. She kept being annoying, so we're gonna put her in A tier and not S tier, just because. Actually, we'll put her in S tier just because for when she was a good character, she was kind of a badass. So yeah, we're putting her in S tier. What's her name? She's the little kid from Fear. I think it's like Nicole or something. It's not Nicole. There's no fucking way. I have no idea. But I remember her character. I actually liked her character a little bit. She was like an antagonist, and then she became like a good guy. Actually, I liked how they wrote her in I forgot where, I don't know. I don't really know a whole shit ton about Fear. I only rewatched it twice, or I only watched it twice. I never rewatched it like a third time just because. And the only reason I watched it the second time was just because I was watching with a buddy of mine. But I liked her character, but in season 7 we had a bit of an EDP situation, and she made out with a dude who was like, the actor for him was like 21 or something, and the actor for this girl was like 14, and they were fucking making out. I don't know. I didn't understand it. I didn't even think that was like legal, but I mean maybe it is. I don't know. But the dude was like 19, 20. And it was pretty obvious he was 19, 20, and I looked him up, and he was like 20, I think. I'm not gonna fucking Google it again because I don't know. I don't know the actor's name anymore. But yeah. But I liked her character, so we'll put her in B tier. I liked how they wrote her. I thought she was well written. This dude, oh god, I forgot his name too, but he was Trevor's son, I think. I think his name was Trevor. He was a bitch. He was a fucking bitch. He was a murderous little dude. And then he died in a car crash. Good for him. So we'll put him in C tier because he's a fucking cunt. Connie. I liked Connie. She was one of the characters that I actually liked in season 9 and 10. Seasons 9 through 11, I'll get to it later, but not a fan. I like 9 and 10, but 11, nope. I did not like season 11 at all. And I'll probably get to that at the end of this little episode, or at the end of the tier list. But Connie, I thought, was a really good character. I thought her and Daryl were gonna, scissor, that type of shit. In season 10 or 11, I thought they were gonna get into it, but they didn't, unfortunately. So we'll put her in A tier. Dakota from Fear. She killed John, and I liked John. So we'll put her in C tier. Not really much else to say. She was Teddy's friend for a little bit. Yeah, she was Teddy's friend for a little bit, so we'll put her there. So we got Dale from season 2 of The Walking Dead, seasons 1 and 2. He was a goody two-shoes type guy, again, but he was more of a well-written one, at least. Like he was goody two-shoes from the start, and he kept going on with it. No killing, that type of shit. He was that type of dude, and he was a respectable type of dude. He was wise. I liked his character. We'll put him in A. Daniel, S tier. He's one of my favorites in fucking Fear the Walking Dead. He kind of carried the show for a little bit. He has probably one of the coolest stories in The Walking Dead, at least like background stories in The Walking Dead, like whole universe. Like he was part of like a Mexican like cartel group or some shit like that, and it was kind of cool, and he was kind of a badass, and he had a cool cat, so we'll put him in S here. Daryl, everyone's favorite character pretty much. Like he's kind of like the Walking Dead favorite, He's had the most screen time, the most paid. I think Norman Reedus is the most paid actor. Like, even more paid than Rick, or than Andrew Lincoln was for playing Rick. I like Daryl, but in season 11, they kind of ruined his character. Like, I don't know, I feel like over the show, they just kind of made him more, like, less entertaining to watch. Like, in seasons 2 through, like, Like in seasons 1 and 2, I thought he was really good, just because he was like kind of like the odd man out. But like as the show went on, he just kind of like, I mean, I guess it makes sense, like character development wise, that he wasn't the odd man out anymore. But I don't know. I thought like over time, I started to not like his character, especially when it got to season 11. But in season 11, they ruined everyone's character. I did not like anyone in season 11. It was so hard to watch that season. But we'll put him in S tier just because he is the GOAT. After all, you know, he's kind of like the main dude after Rick dies too. So, and then we got fuck, I should know her name. It's like Delight. I don't know. It starts with a D. I know for a fact it starts with a D. She was the original leader of Alexandria before Rick and the boys got there. Oh fuck, I should know this. Deanna. That's her name. I thought she was a good character because like her and her whole community, they were like isolated from the real world. Like they got really lucky and didn't get into any conflict or anything. So yeah, and then she kind of became like ruthless after her husband died. So I'll put her in B tier. I thought she was pretty decent. Dwight. I like Dwight. You know, season 6 or season 7, he was really kind of annoying. You know, he was pissing on Daryl for no reason. I don't know. I still don't know why he was doing that. There was kind of no reason to. But we'll give him an A tier. I really liked his character. And Negan burnt the fuck out of his face. It made him look cool. Okay. World Beyond character, D tier. World Beyond character plus Minecraft YouTuber. Should be honestly an F tier at that point. Give the Minecraft YouTuber an F tier. Alright, anyway. Enid. There's not really much to say about Enid. I mean, she was kind of annoying in season 5. I didn't really like her. She was kind of a bitch. She's kind of just a crybaby character. She died pretty early on. She didn't die pretty early on. She had like 4 seasons, I think. She died in like season 9 when Alpha chopped off everyone's heads and put them on spikes. She was one of them. I'll put her in C tier. She wasn't anything special, really. I mean, she was Carl's love interest, but who the fuck cares? Anyways, Eugene, D tier. I fucking hate Eugene. Don't even talk to me about Eugene. Don't even try to debate that he's anywhere above a D tier, okay? Honestly, there should be just like 4 tiers below, and there should just be a Eugene tier down here, like below the tier list itself. Like he should just be gone. I didn't like him. His character made no fucking sense, and he was annoying as shit. And he was I didn't like him. I didn't like his character. Anyways, King Ezekiel. Very stubborn dude at the start. He never forgave Negan. You know, makes sense. Negan killed like everyone that he used to like love. So, you know, whatever, I guess. Side character. Nothing special. Plus nothing to add. Plus C tier. Take it or leave it. Actually, Shiva. He had Shiva. So we'll give him a B tier for that. World Beyond character. Yeah, that's a World Beyond character, I'm pretty sure. Gabriel. Of course, no one liked Gabriel when he was introduced. He was a pussy. He was just dead weight. You know, that's how it is sometimes. But, you know, people who are dead weight should be less than the age of 14. But, you know, he's a grown-ass man, okay? Grow a pair. But he kind of became a badass, you know? He has one eye, so we'll give him a B tier. Good character development. Why not? The cannibal guy. I liked the cannibal guy, but at the same time, like, cannibalism doesn't really make sense. You know, like, there's no way. Like, I wish The Walking Dead went more, like, realistic with the people that they ran into, with the characters. I feel like it would be a way better show if they were more realistic. Running into a whole group of cannibals doesn't seem realistic to me. In my eyes, at least. Like, it doesn't really make sense. But I like the character, like, as a villain. I think he was kind of underrated, so we'll put him in B tier as well. A lot of B tiers, but I mean that's kind of how The Walking Dead is. There's kind of like it's either just I don't know. Glenn, probably the one of the most overrated, right behind Carl. Just a goody two shoes guy. Like I honestly like people were like, oh, like they were so fucking mad about Glenn's death for fucking who knows why. Like it's not like he made the show. He wasn't even close to making the show. Like not even close. Um, his character like I didn't cry when he died. I mean to be fair, I didn't cry when anyone died, but um, when he died, it was just like like it's like I wasn't really hurt. I don't know if I'm fucked up for saying that, but probably the most overrated character. But we'll give him an A tier anyway, just because I thought in season 3 he was really good. I thought in season 3 he was a good character, but forgot this bitch's name, but she's in Fear, and she's Morgan's love interest, and she's the baby mama. She's the baby mama for Morgan's baby, and I think she still lives. Yeah, she still lives. Nothing really to say about her. She's kind of just like a filler character, which is kind of ironic considering it's Morgan's love interest, but at the same time, she doesn't really give any story apart from Morgan's son. Like, she doesn't... She's just doesn't. Putting her in C tier. What was this dude's name? Gregory. Gregory, leader of the Hilltop before Maggie got there. He was a cocksucker. He was kind of a cocksucker. He liked to suck cocks on the daily. Can't even kill a walker, Like, he's dead weight. He's dead weight, and he's a pussy of a leader. Didn't like him. D tier. I think this is a Fear character, but it's a Fear character who's very, very filler. I think it's a Fear antagonist. I think she was an antagonist for like maybe half a season. Maybe. That is a strong maybe. But it's possible. I think, but we're gonna put her in D because I don't know if it's World Beyond or Fear. It's definitely Fear, but I don't really remember much about her. I don't even know her name. She was part of a group. I'm not even gonna try to explain it because I don't even know, to be honest. I do remember her though. She was part of that group, the Mexican people group that the original group ran into when I think Strand led them there, I think, but I don't know. Herschel. I liked Herschel. He was a good dude. At the beginning, he was kind of annoying, like, oh, walkers are just sick people, a bunch of dumb shit. So we'll put him in S tier anyway, just because he's the GOAT. He was the original doc of the group. He kind of pulled Rick away from some situations, from being a dickhead. So yeah, why not? World Beyond character D tier, but she's kind of hot. Is this Tara? Where's Tara? Have I already... Oh no, okay, this is not Tara. This is a World Beyond character. Ain't no one care. World Beyond character. This is a Fear character. I think it's this dude's son. The farmer dude's son. I think it was Alicia's love interest, and for that reason, we're putting in D tier. Alright? Do I need to explain any more? Okay? Alicia's mine. Okay, back off, bro. Back off, bro. Anyway. The farmer dude. Probably the worst antagonist in the whole Walking Dead universe, if I'm being honest. Like, he wasn't really anything. He wasn't really anything. It was literally like, it was like the Trail of Tears, like, all over again in this season, and I hated this season. This was probably my least favorite season, apart from The Walking Dead season 11 in the whole universe, just because I thought it was so boring. And this guy was probably the worst villain in the whole universe, so we're putting him in D. If he even was a villain. Like, I don't even know if you can count him as a villain. Jerry, funny dude. Nothing spectacular. He had, like, fucking 10 kids. I don't know why, dude. The dude had, like, the sperm of a goat. He had the goated sperm, Like, I don't know. Like he came in that Fat Girl, and she just popped out like 10 kids. So we'll put him in C tier. I don't know. He didn't really give much purpose. Actually, we'll put him in B tier. He's a funny little dude. He's a funny little dude. So we'll do that. Jesse, who was gonna be Rick's love interest in season 5. Season 6. She died in season 6. Nothing to report. She was just kind of like a side character, gonna be Rick's love interest. She was kind of hot, so we'll put her in C tier. She's not D tier, but put her in C. We got Jesus. We'll put Jesus in A tier. You know, he's a fighter. You know, he knows how to fight. You know, he knows karate or whatever the fuck. You know, played a lot of Street Fighter. Good for him. Other than that, nothing really much to say. So we'll just leave it at that. John, he was one of my favorites. You know, he was always offering people butterscotches. I think it was. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was butterscotch. You know, he was a cowboy dude. He was a kind of like rip-off Rick Grimes. And I liked him for that. Put him in A tier. Probably one of the better characters in Fear. I liked him. I thought he was killed off too early. Like, that was one of the deaths that I was, like, genuinely upset about. Is because kind of Fear was on its last legs in season 6. And when they shot John, when they just killed off John like they did, kind of just put Fear in the grave. I thought it was a decently written death. You know, it was kind of like a shock factor. But it's just like, I don't know. He was one of the characters that I liked watching in Fear. Princess, you know, Psycho, you know, in one of the monstrosities of the season 10 bonus episodes. If you don't know what the bonus episodes are, I think it was 8 episodes came out. I think it was 8. Maybe it was 6. 6 or 8 episodes came out after season 10, episode 16 that they made, and they were just terrible. And then one of them was her backstory. It was explaining her backstory, but it didn't really show anything from her backstory. It just kind of like she had talking scenes with, you know, her demons about her backstory. It was fucking weird. C tier. Nothing really to say about her. Just kind of like a psycho. Played a kind of big part in season 11, but I didn't care about season 11, so. Judith. I really like Judith for seasons 9 and 10. I liked her. She was like a little mini Michonne, and she was kind of a badass. Put her in A tier. I liked her. June. She was kind of confusing. She was also one of the characters that went by like 3 different names. I think it was like Naomi and June, and then like, I don't know, it's something. Just a bunch of names for no reason. Kind of a confusing character, but I don't know. I thought she was pretty good. I thought, like, writing-wise, I thought she was kind of good. So we'll put her in B tier. She had a lot of different, like, arcs. And she was John's love interest. Connie's sister, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly. She was part of the group that came in at season 9. Out of that group, Connie was kind of, like, the only one that I liked. Magna was pretty cool, too. But Kelly, not so much. Put her in C tier. She just wasn't anything special. Like, I don't know. She didn't really have much screen time, to be honest. Lance Hornsby, I think his name is. Lance, something like that. D tier. Probably the worst villain in the Walking Dead main show. Probably not worse than the farmer guy. But in the main show, like, I didn't give a fuck about him, dude. Like, the whole season 11 thing was just, I thought it was stupid as fuck. I thought it was dumb. And, just not a good antagonist. Not a good one. This girl, she was a better antagonist. I thought she was really well written. So for that reason, I'll put her in A tier. Just because it was kind of like Daryl's love interest almost. I feel like she would have been. But then she joined, like, the Nazi group with Carver in them. And the dude who kind of looked like Hitler. So she had a lot of developments. And I thought she was kind of a cool character, so we'll put him there. This girl, I think, is season 1 of Fear. D tier, only because she literally lived on for like a couple episodes, and that's it. There's really nothing to say about her. World Beyond character, Lori Grimes. Honestly, people were hating on Andrea. They were not hating on Lori enough. Lori was annoying. She didn't. She was mad at Rick for killing Shane, and it's like, why? He was a dickhead. I liked Shane. Trust me. Yeah, I did like Shane, but you know, she was being annoying about it. Writing wise, I thought she was pretty good. Like, it was kind of like a concerned mother type vibe from her, and it made sense. So we'll put her in B. Forgot this bitch's name. It was like Lucia. I don't know. Another kind of. Actually, no, it wasn't really filler character. She's been in the show for a while, but at the same time, just nothing really to say about her. She's nothing special. Like, she doesn't really stick out. And for that reason, I'm just gonna put her in C tier. Like, she just doesn't. She served, or she worked in the oil farming area, like the oil mines, and then that blew up, and she was there to help or whatever. Like, I don't care. Fear the Walking Dead character. Lydia. I thought she was kind of an underrated character. Actually, I liked how she was written in seasons 9 and 10. I thought she was pretty good. Her character development was pretty good, and she was one of the good things about season 9 and 10. So we'll put her in A tier. Madison. I thought she was kind of a badass when she was alive, and she is alive. I think she died in she died in season, I think 3, and then she came back in season 7, which is kind of a crazy return if you ask me. I think that would have been like the longest span of not being in the show since but I think Morales technically beats that, considering he was in season 1 and then he showed up in season 7 for like a couple minutes in a talking scene with Rick before he got shot in the neck. But Madison, I thought she was kind of a badass. We'll put her in B, just because she's kind of an underwhelming like main character in Fear. I thought they should have sticked with like Alicia maybe being the main character in Fear, but I should put her in A tier. I think she deserves that at least. Maggie. I liked Maggie, but at the same time, when she was ruling the hilltop, she was kind of being a bitch. I don't know why. She was kind of being a bitch. We'll put her in A tier. I don't think she's S tier. A lot of people would probably put her in S tier, a bunch of generic Walking Dead fans, but I don't think so. I don't think she belongs up there. Magna's probably with Connie. I'll put her in B, just because in season 9 I thought she was cool, because when she first showed up to the Alexandria, they were gonna kick her out, or at least she thought they were, and she was kind of like fighting it, which was kind of cool. I liked her, but at the same time, like as time went on, she just got more and more generic, which is what happens to a lot of characters at the end of the show. They start to just gradually get into like just a generic character. I didn't really like it. Mercer, again, just like a season 11 character, and I didn't really like anyone in season 11. I thought season 11 was a very, very bad season. C. I mean, like, we'll put him in, C. He was just there, and he never really helped up until the very end. It was just kind of, who cares? Merle. I really liked Merle's character. I'm gonna put him in S. Just like writing wise, I thought he was an S tier character. Like, Daryl, he had character development, but like Merle was kind of like the more stubborn, kind of like hot-headed older brother. Like you couldn't really break Merle, and he never really changed, and I thought that was kind of cool about him. Like he really stuck with his character, and the actor for him did a good job. So we'll put him in S tier. I think he's an S tier character. Michonne, kind of the same situation. I'll give her an S tier too. At the very beginning, I liked her character way, 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 way better at the very beginning, when she was like kind of like a loner badass. I thought that was really cool. But again, like, it kind of makes sense that her character develops more like into a team player, I guess. It kind of makes more sense. Morgan, main character in Fear, in the second half of it at least. In The Walking Dead, I really liked his character. Like, with when Dwayne died, he just went all psycho mode. Um, but in Fear, he was kind of a generic main character up until at least season 6. Like, I thought season 6 he was pretty good, but in seasons 4 and 5, 4 and 5 were monstrosities. Season 4, Fear wasn't terrible in my opinion, but season 5 was garbage. Anyways, but we'll put him in A tier, just for his performance in the main show. Negan, my favorite character. I would say he's my favorite character. Which, that might be a generic take, but, you know, he was a fun character to watch, you know, and he had some funny moments. And he was just an overall fun character to watch, so we'll put him in A tier, or S tier. Nick, Alicia's brother. Didn't like him. C tier. Didn't like him. He was annoying, I'm not gonna lie. And I didn't think his writing was too good. He was just kind of like I guess it kind of was good. Kind of. Because he was kind of like a stubborn dude, but whatever. This is Ophelia Daniels' daughter. Just put him in C tier just because not really much to say about her. She didn't even really live that long. So we'll just put her there, probably, yeah. Pamela Milton, worst antagonist in the main show. Her and Lance, they're kind of tied. Like, they're just not good antagonists. I didn't like her. I didn't think she was very creative. I just didn't think she was a good villain, really. World Beyond character. Speaking of villains, we got one of the better ones here. Probably the most underrated character. Not the most underrated, but a very underrated character in The Walking Dead. The Governor. S tier. Just because he was kind of like Merle in the fact that just like he never changed. He was just a violent motherfucker up until the very end. And I thought it was cool. Rick Grimes. S tier. I mean, there's really anything else to say. He's the main dude. He's the top dog, you know. He had a lot of twists and turns in his character, and season 5, 6 Rick was prime, but, you know, still good. Rosita. A tier. She was kind of a side character, but at the same time, she was, like, really cool. You know, she was kind of a hard ass sometimes. But she also put Eugene in his fucking place a lot, which he deserved. So, we'll give her that. The trucker lady from Fear. She was kind of funny in the earlier seasons when she was introduced, but later on she became a very generic filler character. B tier. Sasha. I liked Sasha, but at the same time she was really annoying to watch. It was kind of like watching Skylar White. Very stubborn, just being a bitch all the time, but I mean, I thought she was a well-written character at least. She was unique too. She was kind of unique. So we'll give her an A tier for that. Shane, S tier. Shane's an S tier. Kind of made Rick into who he was. So yeah, we'll give him an S tier for that. And he was a very underrated character up until all of the new Walking Dead viewers started randomly coming in. I have no idea, but like The Walking Dead never, like, I used to see like Breaking Bad shit on my TikTok For You page all the time, and now it's just all Walking Dead shit, and people love Shane for some random reason. Like, they just came out of nowhere. But anyways, Dwight's wife, Sherry. I liked her character. She was cool in season 8. In season 7 and 8, she was Negan's wife, one of them. But yeah, I thought she was pretty cool. But at the same time, there's kind of not much to say about her. She didn't get too much screen time. She let Daryl free out of the compound, so we'll give her a B tier for that. Sadiq. Okay, we're gonna go like kind of quick through these next few just because we're killing time here. Sadiq. I thought he was good. I thought his character was good in season... yeah, he died in season 9, I think. It might have been season 10 too, I'm not sure, but I'll put him in A tier just for what happened in the barn and how everyone got their heads chopped off, and he was there to deliver the message. He was kind of like, he had PTSD from that, and I thought it was kind of cool. It was a good character trait. World Beyond character, get out of here. GTA Trevor, aka Simon. I really liked his character. He was kind of like Negan. He was kind of a funny dude, and he was similar to Governor in Merle, where he never changed. You know, like he was kind of a hard ass, and he was kind of fun to watch. So we'll put him in A tier. I put him in B tier, A tier. Sophia. She literally said like 2 lines, and it was like, "Oh, mommy," and then she ran off into the woods, and then she died in the barn. C tier, just because they didn't really do anything with her. Spencer, he was kind of like a fork in the road. Like, he was just kind of annoying, you know. He was just kind of there. He was kind of like in the middle of Negan and Rick. He was trying to get Rick killed, and he was just another problem, which I thought was kind of cool. So we'll put him in. Yeah, we'll put him in C tier. I mean, like, I thought it was decent, but actually, no, we'll put him in B tier. B tier. I feel like he deserves that. Not sure how Eugene pulled this girl. Forgot her name. But Eugene pulled this girl. And, she has a fat ass, man. I'm gonna tell you just right now. If you didn't see season 11, she's got a fatty. But, not really much to say about her. D tier. Season 11 character. Don't care. And, why do you like Eugene? He's a fucking fat piece of lard, alright? I don't like Eugene. T-Dog. We'll give him B tier. He was kind of a cool character. He died pretty early on. Season 3, I think. Yeah, season 3. And, he was just a cool character, you know. He's just like, you know, T-Dog, he's him. He's just the GOAT. Tara, she gained a lot of weight. B tier. Anyways, moving on. Trevor. I kind of like Trevor. He was kind of a cool dude. He kind of got, like, vicious, and it was kind of fun to watch it sometimes. He beat the fuck out of 2 other dudes that was kind of, like, involved in his son's death. We'll give him an A tier. Low-key. Low-key. D tier. He was the farmer dude's son. Really nothing to say about him. Tyrese, that's his name. I almost forgot his name. That would have been stupid if I forgot his name. Tyrese. Kind of an overrated character. Again, like, kind of like Goody Two-Shoes character. But at the same time, they played him off way better than most Goody Two-Shoe characters. I thought he was better than Glenn and, like, Carl in a way. But we'll give him A tier. I feel like he deserves that. Strand, I'm surprised he's even lived this long in Fear, but I think his character was pretty cool. Like, it was pretty fun. It was a pretty cool character to, like, watch. He was annoying as shit, and he was mainly an antagonist. He was switching between antagonist and protagonist the whole show. He had his ups and downs literally the whole show. Like, like, one season he would be like, good guy, like, I'm with the group, and then one season he would be like, I found another group, and fuck you guys. But we'll put him in B tier. Fuck. Dakota's mom. Virginia. Season 16, no, not season 16, season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. She was the antagonist. I thought she was kind of a good antagonist. And, her death was pretty surprising, kind of. I thought she was going to live, but she didn't. I thought she was a decent, antagonist, at least in season 6, for it being Fear. Like, I thought season 6 of Fear was pretty decent for it being Fear, so put her there. This guy, the black dude, who I thought was going to be Alicia's love interest when he was first introduced, but he wasn't. He's also a Fear character, but, you know, there's not really much to say about him. He kind of became like an asshole, so we'll put him in B tier. Actually, C tier. Actually, D tier. I mean, we're going everywhere there, but fucking, you know, who cares about him? Yumiko. The last one. C tier. She was a lesbian. We don't fuck with... No, I'm just kidding, okay? I'm just kidding. But anyway. She was, kind of a filler character. She had a big role in season 11, which came out of nowhere. her brother was in the Commonwealth, so she stepped up or whatever, and she became like one of the main characters, which made kind of no sense, if I'm being honest. And it's just like, I don't know, nothing really to report. Anyways, that's the tier list. Here's our S tier characters. Not a whole lot, if I'm being honest. There's a lot more characters in this range. If there's anyone I would change, is there anyone I would change? I'd probably put Morgan in S tier. I feel like Morgan should be an S tier character. We'll change that. But that's it. That's the whole tier list. And if you guys are wondering why I did not like season 11, it's just because of how, it's just, there are so many differences between season 10 and 11. Like, you can obviously tell that they switched something and that they just shouldn't have switched it. Every talking scene was like an inspirational speech, and it pisses me off. It pissed me off so much. It was like a Disney inspirational, like, princess speech, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, no one would talk like this if we were in the apocalypse. Like, make it realistic. Like, the reason Breaking Bad is like more highly rated than The Walking Dead is just because of how, like, realistic it kind of was, and just how well written it was. And in season 11, they didn't fucking try. The whole thing with the Commonwealth and the Nazi people, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. People were mad about, like, the saviors, and then being just like, The Walking Dead is just like, find a new place, and then that place gets destroyed, find another place. But then, I don't know, in season 11, it was just, like, they literally, like, one of the final episodes was like a trial, and it's like, the fuck, like, who gives a shit? Like, this is a zombie show. Like, I'm not watching Better Call Saul. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's just, I don't know. I would go more in depth, but right now I don't know. Maybe I'll make another YouTube video on why season 11 is ass and why it was a horrible ending. I just didn't like it, and I feel like what they did with Daryl was really shit too. Just because they made him into a generic ass character. It's like every character in that season was super, super generic. Like, they made every character in that show super generic, and it made no sense. It made no, like, it's like every character was a side character. It made, I don't know, I didn't understand it. But anyways, that's my opinion on season 11 and my tier list on all the Walking Dead characters, or at least all the kind of relevant ones. So yeah, that's it, guys.